Welcome back again. All right, so now I'm doing the seed starting, and got a lot of things going on here. So the seeds that I'm going to start in the little greenhouses, I've already poured hot water in the container. I think the lighting here is horrible. Let me see here. That's better. Okay, so I poured the water in, and you can see it's very wet on the black absorbent pad. And it actually, you can see here, it was already forming the moisture and the humidity underneath the cells. So then this, I've already got the wires up here. It'll go on top when it's all planted and everything, and then the lights will go on, and which hopefully by the end of this video I can actually show you that. Okay, all right, so the dirt that I'm going to use, or the soil I'm going to use for that, is in here in an old pretzel container I'm using to help mix things. So it says to pre-moisten the dirt. Now the other thing I'm going to do to add to this is this. This was something that me and my mom tried, I don't even know how many years ago. I think when it first came out, she bought some, and then we actually tested some plants out that summer. Getting two of the same plants, and I think it was geraniums. And we put root blast in with one plant and no root blast in the other. And you can see on the packaging, that's exactly what happened. There was more blooms in a larger plant at the end of the summer than without. So I've come to trust this company. So I haven't gotten it for a while because I hadn't been doing much gardening. So I am actually going to add some of this, just a small handful in here. And the other thing about this stuff, you only have to add this to your soil once in a season. And if it's plants you want to put it in with that are already in the ground or already in containers, you just sprinkle a little bit around the plant itself. And then every time it rains, it sort of gets down in there. So I think what I'm going to do is probably one more small handful. And then mix it again. Okay, this is probably like 2 to 3 cups worth of soil. I didn't need much for this. It is a seed starting mix that I got offline. And now I'm just going to add, this is actually warm to hot water. I always find works the best, especially when you're starting seeds. Pouring that in here just till it's moistened. Mix it around. Okay, I feel like I need a little more water. I'll just put the rest of that in there. Okay. All right, so that's pretty moistened. So now that looks like a lot of good soil, and it's got that fertilizer in with it. So I actually, almost thought that this little shovel was kind of silly, until now that I'm using it, that thing fits right perfect into that cell. So this is pretty good. So put that there. All right, and I will probably cut ahead until I get all of these filled and ready to go for seeds. I do have some other things that are not going to go in here. They're a little bit different. I got a bunch of things from the Dollar Tree, so I wanted to see how they would grow, and I'm hoping they do well because, you know, it's a little more economical to be paying $1.25 for a seed packet or, you know, different things in that, because you think, you know, it's up there. I mean, it's not too bad in some places, and then once the growing season has started, they get really cheap, but then you're almost behind on some of them, so I really like to get this stuff ahead of time, and doing it there, depending on what I'm getting, is probably the most economical way of doing it. So yeah, this time of the year I'm really looking at the Dollar Tree for when they have their stuff, and I think it was out this year almost right in January, because I saw it pretty quick, and I realized that it had only been out a little while. So this first one looks like it's ready to go for the seeds. The first seeds that I'm going to do here are these Heliochrysum, tall double mixed colors. And I think initially when I first picked this seed packet up, I looked at it and it looked like dill. Because I'm actually hoping I can get enough. I'm going to probably do cucumbers at some point. Those are pretty easy around here. So I was hoping that maybe I could can some pickles this summer, but we'll see how it goes. So I grabbed this because I thought it was dill at first. I was kind of grabbing things fast that day. But it's not. It's some kind of flower or ornamental, I would say. Full double blossoms dazzle a wide range of glowing, shiny colors. Petals are crisp and straw-like even before drying. Sturdy plants bloom freely. Let's see. Days to germinate, 14 to 21. Depth to sow, 1/16 of an inch. Spacing, 10 to 15 inches when you plant them out. Height, 12 to 18 inches. Days to maturity, 80 to 100. That is why we are starting these inside. Because around here, it's not a super short growing season, but it's not the longest either. We do get winters pretty good. All right, so now the other thing to note is these seed packets, also the Dollar Tree. And actually these, the packets were for $1.25. So that was great. I was like, so I just started grabbing them. All right, this is what the seeds look like. And I think I'm just going to put a little pinch of seeds in each cell and see how far I get. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to put a little pinch of them in 6 cells. And see how far that goes. Because I'll probably be thinning these. I don't want too much. It's 2. And sometimes when you get these going really good, you have to really keep a close eye on it, because you might need to pinch or to thin them out pretty quick. So, all right, so I'm just gonna, there's only a little bit left here. I'm just gonna sort of put them in these 6 because I really don't want more than that. So whatever comes up the best out of these 6 is what I'll have for these plants. And I'm just going to lightly tap them down because it's only a 1/16 of an inch that they're supposed to get down there. So usually I just, oops, I probably should have put a little more dirt in that one. but I think it'll be fine. All right, so those are the heliochrysums. And I'm filling out the tag, and I put down heliochrysum 80 to 100, so I know this is going to be blooming. It probably won't bloom until, from this point, I would say sometime in August. So let's see, and then I think I'm going to put 12 to 18 because I think that'll be good to know how tall it's going to get. And I'm also keeping the seed packet so I know when I should be moving those outside. So I'll put that here. I think I'm going to do put one on each row. I'm going to try and keep it even with the seeds. So I do at least one row in this direction of seeds. So in this tag, I'm just going to put heliochrysum. I'm probably not saying that right at all, but I'm saying it the way it looks to me, so. There. All right. We'll put that on the side. So, and I will be right back because I need more water. So, this next one is a tomato plant. Again, this is one that came from the Dollar Tree. So we'll see how this goes. And I think this one I'm not going to put the root blast in. I just want to see how well these Dollar Tree things go on their own. So this is what it looked like. And it comes with its own little pot and a little compressed soil pellet. And I've got it in this tray to catch the residual water, but I'm going to put some hot water in here. Oh, wow. That's okay. We're good. And let that start expanding. It's already puffing right up. Actually, I don't know if you can see that. It actually, if you listen very closely, it sounds like Rice Krispies almost. But it's getting bigger. Should have got my son in this. Something tells me he would have liked this, but I like to have some fun too. I've got more of these though. I'll get them in here with one of them. Okay, so in my experience, those peat pellets, sometimes those used to take forever to expand. This one is actually puffing right up, and it's been between 30 seconds and a minute. So far I'm pretty happy with that, and it's almost, yeah, it's pretty well expanded. It's got a little bit more to go, and you can actually see it moving. So I think I'm going to put this on the side, let that expand some more till it's full. Okay. And eventually, once that is all ready to go, that's going to go in this container because I have a few of these like this. So I guess the next thing, oh, and this is the seed packet that comes with the Dollar Tree tomatoes. So, yeah, that still needs a little bit more. All right. That. I think what I'm going to do next is maybe a packet of these marigolds. Now, I don't think I have ever been able to get marigolds to come out by starting them inside. I usually end up just buying them from the greenhouse. I don't know why I've always had trouble starting these. And they seem to be pretty easy. It actually says, sow after danger of frost in open ground. I'm starting them, or actually here it does say, for earlier bloom, start indoors in flats about 6 to 8 weeks before last frost. So we're maybe a smidgen early, but not by much. And basically I want to give these things as much chance as I can get, because I will tell you, if I can get marigolds to start inside through this process, I will be so happy, because I have never been able to effectively do that before. Because I remember my mom used to save the seeds from the old plants every year, and then we would start them, but they never seemed to produce. So I don't know why that was. Yeah, and it doesn't cover with 1/4 inch of soil. Thin seedlings when plants are about 2 inches high. Thin out or transplant. And then you harden them off, which is exactly what we were doing, but we never had... Wait a minute. That's got to be a typo. Height of plant 8 to 12 feet. God, maybe I got some weird kind here of marigolds. 8 to 12 feet. That's
sunflowers.
8 to 12 inches is more like what I think it... That's really strange. Okay. All right, so the 6 on this side, I am going to put 6 of them here, but I know these are good companion plants for planting them around tomatoes and things. It keeps the pests away. I guess deer and that do not like marigolds, and neither do the bunnies. And we like the bunnies around here, so we want to keep the bunnies. Maybe I'll plant them their own patch of lettuce or something. Keep them out of my other stuff. But most of my stuff is going to be elevated anyways. So we'll see. Okay, and then there. All right, so there's marigolds, and I feel like I should at least push them down a little bit. And I'll probably get a spritzer bottle and just spritz the top of these, even though I don't think I need to necessarily, but all right. So all right, so that would complete one flat of plants. And then this one is all ready to go. I feel like I'm more organized than I usually am when I do this stuff, because usually it's a much larger scale that I've done in the past, because we had a large garden window to help with that. But I feel like I've tried to label them before, and then the labels, for whatever reason, maybe the marker I was using or whatever it was, by the time the plants were ready to put out, sometimes I didn't know what they were because the labels had worn off so bad. So hopefully that does not happen with these. All right, so I need this. Now, this looks like it's puffed out as much as it's going to. So I'm just gonna mix that around a little bit. All right. I'm gonna lightly tap it down. Okay. let's see, all the seeds look like they're right at the top, so I'm going to open the bottom. And, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like 8 seeds are in here. So I'm going to kind of place them around the outside. So hopefully it'll be a little bit easier to thin them out when they get going. Either thin them out or just plant them, and if they look really good, then what I've done in the past is put them in more pots. Because we've had that where all the plants coming up looked really good, and we didn't want to get rid of them. And then that year we had so many tomatoes, we ended up canning tomato sauce. All right. So now, I filled that one. So I'm going to put enough water to get this one going. So that's good. All right. So I got more of my mix over here. I think I'm going to put a little bit of, water. And I think what I might do is just start keeping a tote. Like when I'm done using this seed starting kit with the little greenhouses, I'm going to keep a tote that just says supplies for starting seeds. So next year when I want to do this again, I'll have everything I need in one place, because that's another problem I seem to have. Is some stuff it works great, and then the next year, where did I put that?
In the safe spot.
Yeah, in a safe spot. And the safe spots are terrible sometimes. Yeah, and I'm probably going to have to mix some more of this. So, basically, you get the idea. So, I think I'm going to end... Should I end the video? Actually, you know what? Before I continue, this is just exactly what I did before. And this is the 2 different ways of doing it. This is the Dollar Tree stuff. I'm going to have more of these pots in this. And then I have another kit that has more pots. So this was a burpee kit, and it comes with the tags, and these pots are not just plastic. I'm not sure exactly. They're like some kind of composite. It's got a wooden label, and then it has plastic ones, so I'm not sure about that. Yeah, it's got the regular burpee labels, this wooden one, and these peat pots, which look almost identical to the one that was in the Dollar Tree one. And if anyone wants links to these, you can find it. This is the Burpee Seed Starter Kit. I can always link it later on in the description, but I probably will forget to link it. And the varieties are the 4th of July hybrids, which I always like these. These are supposed to start producing tomatoes by the 4th of July, which is nice when you got them spread out like that. 49 days to harvest on that. This is Shimmer Hybrid. I've never had anything like this where it's almost half green, half red. So that one, let's see, says 70 to 80 days to harvest. And then the wonderful Steakhouse Hybrid, where they're supposed to be huge plants. That says 75 to 80 days to harvest. Yeah, at up to 3 pounds. Although I've actually grown beefsteaks before, and I've never gotten them that big, but they can get pretty big. And then this one is super sauce. This is a good one for when you're canning tomato sauce to put in your mix. It's got a different texture than the others do. The other ones are usually a lot more juicy. This one is more like a tomato paste kind of tomato. So this one, 60 to 70 days to harvest. So hopefully I can get these all growing. Some of them, I may start some now. I might hold some for a few more weeks, just so I can maybe try to plan it so they start producing around the same times. But we'll see how that goes. Now, the other thing I wanted to do before I end this video is I'm going to take... There. Okay, I'm going to turn this light off and then pray that I've gone through all of this. Okay, you can see here is what the control looks like. And we've got a power on and off, and then a timer. So let's see what happens when we hit the power. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, these I think are going to do well. That is the perfect light for seed starting. So I'll probably have these on most nights. Maybe set the timer for about 8 hours. And then leave it off during the day. But yeah, wow. This is great. And see, I just want to see. I am feeling a little bit, very minor, a little bit of heat. Because I often wondered about that, because I used to have a grow light for seed starting. And the other thing about the grow light was that it got warm. So it would keep the plants warm at night. And I think this will too, but you can see that there is already condensation starting in these little greenhouses. So far, I cannot complain about anything with these little greenhouses. I think they're great. They can get a lot of plants done in a small space. They're not going to make your electric bill go crazy, because these are LED lights. The only thing is that it comes with a USB end on it, and for me, I had to go and dig up one of our adapters because it did not come with an adapter. But I guess most households have those USB connections, and I do have some power strips with USB on them, or in them, but they are being used for other things, so I couldn't use that, but I did find one of our adapters. So I guess that is it for this video. There. And please like and subscribe. Hopefully I'll have more videos like this in the future. I've got another one. I got a mushroom growing kit, so I was very curious to see how that does. So that'll be another video. I think that one needs to go over a couple of days, because you have to soak it overnight. And then I think you just soak it overnight, and then you just spritz it with water each day. And that's it. And then mushrooms start growing after 10 days. So, but yeah, so that might be a video that I do daily and just keep adding on, so you can see the progression in the whole video. So please like, subscribe, comment down below. I will try to link some of the stuff that I have here. I know I linked the little greenhouses in the last video. Some of these kits and things like the burpee, and then there's one back to roots, the mushroom kit. That's probably another video though. Dollar Tree is Dollar Tree. I would say go to your Dollar Tree and see if you can find them. That's where I got these. And I also got this, the tomato. And there was a bunch of other flowers and things that I got that were in things like this. So that will be another video that I will do. So I'm going to have a busy weekend. So I will see you in the next one. Bye.